Hello and welcome. I just wanted to talk to y'all about me catching COVID. This is the second time I actually got COVID. First time was in September before I went and got my CDL. So I went and got back on the truck on December the 15th. Me and my trainer, we did about 9 loads before I got off, but I was really sick. My symptoms started around December the 28th, and I'm still sick now. It's January 13th, today. Yeah. So the first time I got COVID back in September, I didn't have any symptoms. I wasn't sick, didn't feel bad, no shortness of breath, nothing. As far as this time, I have a lot of symptoms. At first it started with like me being tired and sleepy and not having any energy, kind of like short-winded, a little bit. I thought that the short-windedness was because I was in different altitudes. I was over in like Colorado, Washington State, in the mountains, and I'm from North Carolina, so I was assuming that the reason I was like short-winded is because of the altitude. But around the 28th, I was kind of short-winded. We had stopped at Little America, a little truck stop over on the West Coast. I was a little winded, like when I was walking back to the truck, it's like I had shortness of breath. Like I had ran maybe like a quarter of a mile or something, or did like a little sprint, and I was out of breath. And he was like, my trainer was like, "Are you okay? You know, you're kind of winded." And I'm like, maybe it's the altitude that's causing me not to be able to breathe, which would have been understandable. Later on that night, I started to feel like really, really tired. It was no amount of coffee, energy drinks, nothing, sleep that could let me catch up on not feeling sleepy. So short-winded, being sleepy. Then it just got to the point where it felt like I couldn't move. I would still drive, but I would drive on cruise control as best I could. So 28th, 29th, like shortness of breath, tiredness. Then getting into me being extremely sleepy all the time and not being able to move. I would drive on cruise control as best I could for my shifts. My shift started getting shorter. I went from driving 9-10 hours to only being able to do maybe 7 or 8. And then when it got real bad, I could only do about 4 hours. And then I got to lay down or take a nap or something. Around, let's see, 29, 30, 31, somewhere up in there, it started like here. I was having issues with it being like extremely dry. Now, in the truck, normally, the air in the back is really dry. So I was assuming that what was going on here with the dryness was me being in the back of the truck. It may have been a part of it, it may not, but it started really dry here. Then it started moving to really dry here. Then one day, I think it was New Year's Eve, going into New Year's Day, when I woke up on January 1, my throat was on fire. It was like when I swallowed, it was like a burning sensation when I swallowed, on top of the dryness. So it's like I couldn't get enough moisture, like drinking enough water. It just burned. When I breathed, it burned. When I swallowed, It just hurt. It hurt to breathe and it hurt to swallow. It hurt to eat. That day we went to the truck stop. I had stopped eating like food because I couldn't really taste food. That was another thing. I couldn't taste or smell anything, so it was really pointless on eating. I didn't really have an appetite. So that day we went to the truck stop, I ended up getting some fresh pineapple from the fresh fruit side. They have fresh fruit in the Loves. I ended up getting some pineapple, and I made some, they had a lemon ginger tea blend, and I didn't put any sugar in it. So drinking that and eating the pineapple and drinking that, it loosened up some of the mucus in my throat. That's when I started coughing up stuff like mucus. And my throat felt a little better, but still burned and hurt to breathe. Later on that day, I ended up getting some cough drops, and then I was just living off the cough drops for like the next day or so. So then we get into January 2nd, 3rd. We're coming from Washington back to North Carolina, which is like over the weekend. At that moment when I saw that we was going to North Carolina, I didn't ask to get routed back to North Carolina. It's just by God's grace that the dispatcher routed us to North Carolina. Because I probably would have still been on the truck, knowing me. Me being an overachiever, I probably would have stayed on the truck. But being that I was so close to home and I didn't have to fly, get a rental car, nothing like that, I was like, I'm gonna get off. So the first load that we got went to Salisbury, which is where my sister lives. And I was like, I'm about to get out this truck. So I got off, saw my family, but I was still gonna get back on. So I went and saw them for probably like an hour while they were getting unloaded, and I got back on the truck. When I got back on the truck, I saw that our next load was going to Tar Heel, North Carolina, which is extremely close to my house. So I was like, you know what? I might get off. I might not. So I'm riding. We're riding down the road, and in between Salisbury and Tar Heel, I made a decision that I'm about to get out this truck because I was already extremely sick. I wasn't feeling well. Driving was not fun. Sleeping was not fun. Nothing was fun on the truck. I just wanted I wanted to go to the doctor, and I wanted to be in my bed, and I wanted to be able to get like stuff to detox with, make detox juice and water, because being sick and eating truck stop food and living on Dayquil and NyQuil pills and what do you call those things? Cough drops. You know, that wasn't the business. I was like, I gotta go home. So I ended up getting off on the truck January the 4th, 2022. On January the 5th, I went to urgent care and got tested for RSV, flu, and COVID. As of January 12th, my results came back. I don't know why it took so long, but they said they were backed up in the lab. But as of January the 12th, my results came back that I was positive for COVID, negative for RSV, and negative for flu. I still have symptoms. So from up until the 29th, up until now, still have some mucus, still have coughing, still have chest pains, still have shortness of breath. I guess I'm just gonna have to wait until it passes over. I did contact my employer and let them know that I had tested positive, that I was sick, that I got off the truck. Why I got the truck. They are pretty lenient. It's just I won't get paid while I'm at home, which is completely fine with me. I'm just glad that they're lenient and not like, oh, you gotta drive. So I'm assuming I would have to have a negative reading before I can get back on the truck. I have about 7,000 miles left before I complete the training portion and can go solo. I would prefer to be by myself just because being with another person with COVID going around, it's easy for them to touch like surfaces and things. I touch surfaces and things, and then we're in close contact with each other in the truck. But when I go back, I'm going to do my 7,000 miles, then eventually go solo, and I'm going to try to be a lot cleaner than what was going on in our truck. Do a lot more sanitizing, a lot less contact in the truck stops, because I don't know what he's touching, and what he's doing. Like, I mean, he's human. At the end of the day, I would just rather be by myself inside my truck, because I can clean it from top to bottom the way that I want to if I'm by myself. So I'm gonna put a list of all the places that we went, because we did hit some little hot spots in regards to loads. I do remember we went to Miami, we went to California, and we went to Washington State, which I think all are hot spots for COVID right now. But I'll put a list of all the loads that we took to and fro and back, like routed from where I started all the way getting routed back to home. As far as my experience of COVID the second time, is way worse than the first. I did get part 1 of the vaccine for Pfizer. However, I could not get part 2 because I had got COVID about 12 days after I had got part 1. And you have to wait 90 days before they can let you get the second portion. So waiting my 90 days to get an appointment to get the second shot, I now have COVID again. So technically I would have to wait another 90 days before I can get part 2. And I'm strongly considering not getting part 2 at all, because I didn't caught COVID twice. I mean, I feel like there's really no need for them to do part 2, because I had to wait 90 days, and now I'll probably have to wait an additional 90 days, which is 180 days. I've caught it twice. I probably won't get it. Who knows? We'll see. I would like to travel outside of the country, so if they make it a requirement, which I think it may be a requirement, may not be a requirement, but I may end up getting it. I don't know. But right now, I don't think I'm getting it. Yeah. I think my next video was going to be on driver pay, because there was a lot of misconception, me coming in thinking about what I would make. But as a new driver, to be honest, the pay is really not that good. And for me to be on the truck 24/7 and to be on the truck 24/7 with a complete stranger or a team, another person, I just don't feel like the pay is worth the time that you put in. But a lot of people are telling me to keep going, that eventually when you hit the 6-month, 1 year mark, you'll start reaping the benefits of being a truck driver and seeing increases in pay. Thankfully, I have a great support system, so pay is not an option right now. I mean, pay is not like important. It's important, but it's not like I'm stressed out to the point where I'm like, okay, I gotta leave and find another job. But the pay, it really isn't that good. If you're thinking about to hop in to trucking and make like bukus of money like these people claim, as a new CDL holder in training with 0 to 6 months of experience, be prepared for pay that's not good. My company does offer benefits, which is a great thing. So having full benefits, health, dental, vision, life insurance, I mean, Who wouldn't want that? A lot of trucking companies don't offer health care or health insurance as a benefit, so I am taking advantage of that. As far as, let's see, anything else about training? I would say my driving is good. My backing is good. I'm pretty much good. I just gotta get the 7,000 miles out of the way. But I will do a video on a breakdown of my pay stub because that's probably what people will want to see. I pretty much broke down my experience from week 1, week 2, getting the CDL, and now me catching COVID in TNT phase. I hate that I'm talking about TNT, and I got COVID and I had to get off my truck twice. So my 30,000 miles is being stretched out extremely long. TNT technically only supposed to probably last between 2 to 3 months, depending on like your trainer, you, and if everything goes right. But I had to get off my truck the first time because I had a death in the family. My mom passed away. And that put like a 3-week gap in between me getting back on the truck. Just because they're backed up, there are so many trainees versus trainers. So there was like a 3-week gap of me getting back on the truck. And when I got on with a purpose this time. Like, I'm gonna stay, I'm gonna try to finish my miles out, I'm gonna try to do whatever it needs to do to get to my 30,000 so I can be solo. But I got sick, so I had to get off, which I hated because I only had like 1 more week left. But my symptoms were so bad, like I have to get off and figure out what's going on with me. Like, I ain't willing to risk my life to potentially die or be like severely ill to the point where I can't walk and move or need to be hospitalized. That's why I got off. But all in all, so far so good. This journey that I'm on of being a business owner, starting my business, starting my dispatching company. The ultimate goal is to own my own fleet, dispatch my own fleet. I went and got my CDL just so I can have them as a business owner. I don't want to leave my business in the hands of other people. At the end of the day, like the bottom line, if I need to get into the truck and drive, I can, and I will have the experience to do so. So I did have a few people reach out to me in regards to why I haven't documented the authority process. I haven't went through that process yet, so I don't feel comfortable documenting something or making a video of something that I have not completed yet. Just for the simple fact that there's a lot of moving parts when it comes to getting your authority. I originally started as a dispatcher so I can see how freight moves, the lingo, understand the back office, the paperwork, and things that I would need in regards to managing my own trucking fleet. That's the ultimate goal. I started by documenting that journey of being an independent dispatcher because you can start a dispatching company and dispatch other people's trucks on the side or working from home if that's something that you want to do to like be independent. But I solely learned dispatching because eventually I will manage my own trucking company and my own fleet. I may still take on clients on the side. However, the ultimate goal, manage my own fleet. I'm documenting this whole journey step by step, and it's gonna take time. So in regards to like getting the authority, I don't have that yet. So that's not something that I feel comfortable speaking on or talking about. I started with the video of forming your business entity, you know, getting your business bank account, sales registrations, DUNS numbers, all of that, EIN numbers, things of that nature first, because those are all of the things that I've already accomplished and that I already did. As far as like minority certifications and government contracting, I haven't gotten into that either. A lot of people reach out to me on my Instagram asking questions in regards to things that I have not completed. And I don't feel comfortable doing videos on things that I have absolutely, I don't understand, I haven't done. I don't get off on misleading people. So I'm only going to talk about things that I have already accomplished, things that I have already completed, already did within my business. That's the only thing I feel comfortable talking about. But once I get to the minority certification process, once I get to the authority process, purchasing my truck, purchasing equipment or whatever it is, that's why I started this channel, to document the journey. So once I get into those things, I will later post those, but as of right now I can't speak on those, and I do apologize. It is information that people would want, but it's still something that I'm researching, and it's beyond the scope of the research that I have right now. Also, I'll be doing a video on what's in my bag as a female trucker. I did notice that it's a lot of stuff as a female that I need. I try to simplify it as best as I can, but I need a lot of stuff. And I'm trying to figure out a way to minimize things as best I can. But from a feminine standpoint, a hygiene standpoint, it's just a lot of stuff we as females need. Well, I need. I don't know about other females. I'll probably do some videos in regards to maintaining my locks, because I do my own hair. I don't go to a loctician. I started my own locks, and I maintain my own locks. And actually, I will be reaching my 4-year university, my 4-year anniversary at the end of this month. January 31st will be my 4-year mark. So I'll probably be doing videos in regards to that. Again, it's solely my particular journey of what's technically going on with me, all in with Jess. There's also other businesses that I'll probably be getting into, business ventures. This channel is going to be about serial entrepreneurship and all things me. That's why it's called All In with Jess. So I know my original audience was the dispatching, the trucking people, but I'm probably going to move into hair, beauty, probably going to move into skincare, because I do have organic soap that I haven't launched yet to sell. However, it's just so many different things that I do. And my original audience was the trucking audience, but All In with Jess is going to be a lot of stuff. So if you're along for the ride, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, because it will be more to come. It might seem sporadic, but that's just me. That's just what's going on. And until next time, COVID is okay. It's not that bad. I'm not dying, thank God. I'll probably do a part 2 to this on how I'm dealing with like what I'm eating, what I'm drinking, because I am detoxing a lot right now, just to feel better. So I'll probably do a second video on detoxing with COVID, because I can't taste anything, so why not juice and do detox water when you can't taste it. So until next time, it was nice. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me through Instagram, or I don't really use my Facebook like that. I would say put your question in the comment section. That's best, because I've been detoxing from social media, and by social media I mean Facebook and Instagram. You're more than welcome to follow me. Another thing with that, with Instagram, my Instagram is private. So if you're from YouTube, I would recommend that you send me a message and say, hey, I'm from YouTube, so I can approve you to follow me, because I do have a lot of invitations for people trying to follow me. It's just right now I'm protecting my sanity and my peace. My business page is open though, so if you want to follow that you can follow that without approval. However, my personal page, just let me know that you're from YouTube and I will approve you. If you have a question, you can put it in the comment section, and I will answer through the comment section. Right now, I'm not on Instagram or Facebook, but I will be going back. I do have a Facebook group for trucking and dispatching. I'll get back to that eventually. It's just through Instagram. If you're doing my personal page, just let me know. Just shoot me a message and let me know that you saw my YouTube, and that's why you're sending a request. I get a lot of spam. It's no hard feelings. It's not that I'm doing it just to do it. There's a lot of spam that comes through, and I'm thinking about walking away from Instagram and Facebook altogether. I'm just contemplating as if that's something that I really want to do. However, the spam is crazy. So just let me know that you're from YouTube. If you have any comments, questions, or anything, just put them in the comment section, and I'll try my best to answer as fast as I can. Again, I tried to close this video out like 4 times. If y'all have anything that y'all want, like any questions that any videos that you would like, if it's something that I have experienced already, then I will go ahead and do a video on it. Until next time.